Our study of the life cycle of a plant usually starts with the germination of a seed. The seed contains the hereditary information. お母さん。Hereditary hereditary information. Information the plant needs to grow. It also contains enough food to nourish itself during germination. Heredity. 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 The genes inherited from the parent plant. Inherited from the parent plant. Decide several things about the life of the plant. Heredity determines what the plant will look like, how it will grow, and what kind of seeds it will bear. Inside the seeds is all the genetic information the plant needs to grow to maturity. お母さん maturity. Maturity. Mature. Her. 眠たい。Maturity. An individual plant's survival depends partly on its hereditary characteristics. But a plant depends on more than just heredity. It needs the outside world to supply its daily needs: sunlight, carbon dioxide, nutrients, and water. Some seeds germinate as soon as they are in suitable environment. Other seeds remain dormant and won't germinate until a specific environmental cue causes them to wake up and come out of dormancy. Seeds of desert plants germinate only after a heavy rainfall. If they germinated after slight rain, the soil might soon be too dry to support the seedling. Seed dormancy increases the chances The germination will take place at the time and place that are best for the seedlings. Germination begins when water penetrates the seed's outer coating and reaches inside to the live embryo. Water is a basic requirement, and no seed will germinate unless it absorbs water. This is because the embryo inside the seed is dehydrated, and the cells need water for active metabolism. Water is a substance in which most of the chemical reactions of the plant take place. For a seed to sprout and grow, it needs a great deal of energy. Seeds get this energy by converting the energy of their stored fuel molecules, and this requires oxygen. Germination also requires a certain combination of temperature and light. Also requires a certain combination of temperature and light, which in North America is triggered by the start of spring. Some seeds respond early in the season, others much later. Each plant species has an ideal temperature at which the largest number of seeds will germinate. Nya. When the embryo takes in water, it often swells to several times its original size. It gets this first burst of energy, but tapping its own food stores. I can, so yes, so, and it's our food stores. Eventually, the seed expands enough to rupture its coating. お母さん rupture 眠い Rupture is coating and bursts through the seed's case. Ooh. The first organ to emerge from the germinating seed is the embryonic fluid. The root pushes outward into the soil and anchors the seedlings. Now the seedling begins to gather up water and nutrients through thousands of tiny hair-like roots. After a certain period, the seedling sprouts upward. The tip of the shoot has to break through the soil surface. Right is the environmental cues that tell the seedling when it's broken ground. Only when the seedling senses right will it straighten up and begin to grow taller. As it straightens up and grows, it unfolds its solar corrections, its first leaves. Once the seedling has its main leaves, it doesn't need to embryonic food stores anymore because now it draws most of its growth energy directly from the sun. The germination of a seed is a critical stage in the plant's lifestyle. The tough seed becomes a fragile seedling, and only a small fraction of the seedling survive long enough to become parent plants, because the chances of seedling survival are so low. Plants make up for this by producing enormous number of seeds. お母さん、あかん寝る。もうダメ。